Of course, I heard they're coming out with a remake of Robocop. Yeah, 2013. They're remaking Robocop. They just remade Total Recall. And they've remade The Karate Kid. They've remade Bad News Bears. I heard they're remaking Red Dawn. The worst movie out of all of those films. Because the aforementioned films, excluding Red Dawn, were great films. You could make the argument that Red Dawn was a decent film. But, of course, Verhoeven was the director of Robocop and also directed Total Recall. Kind of coincidental, interesting that two Verhoeven films within a year are being remade. They are trying to rewrite a little bit of history with this new bullcrap remake. And I'm getting really sick of Hollywood here just blatantly reaching for our pocketbooks. I mean, their little scheme here is so obvious that I don't need to spell it out, but I'm going to, because it irritates me. And if you just happen to be oblivious to the fact that you're getting reamed here by Hollywood, it's time to wake up a little bit. And I'm sick and tired of Hollywood not putting out anything good. Okay, they're remaking, good, solid, classic films of the past with these, piece of shit remakes. And I'm getting tired of it. And the whole thing is a ploy, like I said. Okay, those movies came out, most of these films I mentioned, I know there's more of them that I've left out, but those films that I mentioned, they all came out in the 80s. Most of them came out in the 80s. And, of course, those people who grew up in the 80s with those films, those classic films, they have kids right now that are about the age that they were back when those movies became a part of their lives. And it's this whole, you see, it's targeted more at the parents, okay, as it is the kids. Kind of this, experience it again with your kid, the psychology at play. And they're just regurgitating these films. They're taking them out, they're dumbing them down, okay, and it's absurd. And the fact that they're remaking Robocop, okay, it's bad enough Bad News Bears. I love that film. A great film. And, Karate Kid wasn't the best movie ever made, but dude, it's classic. It's fucking The Karate Kid. Now, I took my daughter to see the I'm guilty of it too, look. I admit, I took my daughter to see this last Karate Kid piece of shit that came out. And Jackie Chan, whatever, he's kind of cool. The whole fact that the exploitation that was at play here just made me sick. And I just was sick throughout that film, with my daughter there experiencing it. But, I just want to call foul on this, call it for what it is. And look, the original Robocop, if you haven't seen this film, or if it's been a while, I suggest that you go back to this film and you check it out. Okay, because this is one of the really all-time great American sci-fi films. Okay, and Verhoeven's style is satire. Okay, he's does so with Starship Troopers. Okay, he was very satirical there, and I'm not going to get into that. But with Robocop, he was doing kind of the same thing. All right, this whole satirical approach. And sure, I understand it was a blockbuster. Okay, I get it. It was a big budget film, Robocop. But what he did as he brought people in, he made a mockery of the whole thing. He brought people in with the violence. See, and he got those kind of people. He got them in with the violence, sadly enough, lured people in. But then he was able to, like, work the deeper levels into the film. Okay, and we had some great themes at play with the whole man merging with machine. All right, not new stuff. I mean, stuff that was done by Kubrick, and of course in 2001, The How. But we had the whole man merging with machine. The fact that they were creating a cyborg super cop. Okay, so you have the whole police state thing. The whole authoritarian vibe that was running throughout Robocop. And you know, when you look at that film, you know, it was made, I think, in '87. Okay, pretty prophetic film, really, and everything that sci-fi should be about. So, I know it's bad of me to say that a film is a piece of shit before I've even seen it, but I'm willing to bet that the Robocop remake sucks. Okay, and I would steer clear of it. Go for the original, baby, and experience it. Yeah, it's got a few little cheesy, funny things because it's an '80s movie, but all in all, man, pretty great American sci-fi film. Okay, I'm not going to say it's a masterpiece, 10 out of 10, but solid film. Stick to the original. All right, everybody, it's Jcrash.